In my role as a JCSP librarian, I've never thought of myself as a leader. During my master's, we were told that a school librarian is essentially a solo worker. We are not teachers, nor are we administrators. This allows us a certain amount of freedom, since we don't have to follow the curriculum. I've thought of myself as a facilitator in the main, with some pastoral care thrown in. The pastoral care was a known factor when taking the job. It's one of my favorite parts of working at Killenarden Community School. In our first lecture in Transformative Leadership, we were given the task of asking ourselves what kind of leader we were. I was at a loss. Was I a leader? I didn't think so. I do lots of important work, I know that, but I never thought of myself as a leader. It turns out I was wrong. I do many things in a leadership capacity. I run workshops, I lead clubs, I provide a safe and independent space for students to come when in need, whatever the reason may be. I mend relationships between teachers and students, and I hear what students are really thinking and doing, and make judgments about the safety of these disclosures. So when thinking about what informs my leadership style, our reading suggests that Noddings most closely aligns with my values of care. I try to model the kind of interactions I wish from students. They know that they can speak freely, and I like to confirm with them that their thoughts and feelings are important. I think that I play a key role in this style of leadership because teachers are bogged down with so many other things. In previous iterations of public education, it was a given that students would become moral, upstanding citizens. But this was through a Christian, or in Ireland's case, a Catholic lens. I feel, as Noddings does, that society needs to practice care and inform morality at school in a progressive way. The library is the perfect space for that. Though a library was once considered an absolute space, filled with the identities of the collections they hold, more often it is considered a third space, where the people in it are not judged and they can be themselves. The library offers a refuge for students to explore their own identity. As Furman points out, the school is a community, and community is not a stagnant place. It is always changing and evolving because of the interactions that take place within that community and the ebb and flow of different students and staff that come and go. The community within a school will inform its morality, and we as staff have an obligation to guide it to a place where students will have a sense of belonging within it. This has also resonated with me. Without knowing the theory behind it, I have tried to build community within the school and the library. Just making students aware of the moral dilemmas faced by those within our own community and outside it, it allows students to open a dialogue and feel free to discuss without judgment. There will always be critique, but critique works both ways. Authenticity has also played a large role in my leadership style. Students can tell immediately if you are not being real. They know which teacher doesn't really like their job or doesn't like kids. Although I don't tell students too many details of my personal life, they still feel like they know me because they know I'm real with them. I don't mind showing my emotions in a limited and safe way. I also apologize when I make a mistake. And as Wright states, it is good to use humor to de-escalate high emotions as well as to allow for frank discussion. Authenticity can sometimes combat with authority in a leader's mind. There is a pervasive idea that leaders have control. I feel that control is detrimental to good leadership when it comes to a classroom. Control of one's emotions and actions are key, but I don't think that one should control a lesson. Guiding the discussion and leading themes is the goal, and I feel that requires authenticity. One of the issues that my school faces now, and has for a few years, is toxic masculinity. There's been more talk about it lately with the program Adolescence coming to the fore. However, we here in schools have been dealing with this issue for much longer. Our boys see only snippets of these manfluencers' content tailored to their emotional needs. One boy told me 2 years ago that he agrees with Andrew Tate because he cares about men's mental health. Yet he had never seen the rest of Tate's beliefs about women. When shown them in a kind way how Tate treats women, he was appalled, as we knew he would be. He had never seen the rest of Tate's content. Yet. Algorithms ensure this type of content is introduced slowly but steadily. Luckily, the staff at school got to this boy in time. But girls are not immune to this trend either. They are shown tradwife content where women who could be supermodels are stay-at-home wives with many children baking bread and milking cows because their super-rich husband is a provider. This toxic content is showing girls at school the kind of women that the manosphere men would choose. Both sides play into this frightening trend, and it is something I feel transformative leadership could help to combat. When students are led with care and have a sense of community in school, they have the freedom to choose what kind of community they want. Authentic leadership, modeling the types of healthy relationships we want them to form, can only be a good thing. If we use the Gibbs reflective cycle model, we can see that the problem is a serious disconnection between what real-life relationships should be and what students are being told they should be. When I discovered this was becoming a problem, I was quite disappointed and scared for the students. I was disappointed that the boys I knew to be kind and polite were being served this type of content and that it was affecting the way they think and treat their female peers. I was also scared that this is such a pervasive problem that it would be difficult to change. The evaluation of the problem was difficult. The school needs strong buy-in from home. A positive is that this year's students have had to give in their phones during school hours, which means fewer screen time minutes a day for each student. Unfortunately, memes are not just pictures, and these content creators in the manosphere have sound memes that boys quote during class time. If teachers are not aware of what they mean, these memes could be bandied about the classroom without censure. Analysis shows us that there are clearly many facets to the problem. We need to come together as a community and make everyone aware of the issue. Luckily, the public discussion has already begun because of adolescence. But we need to involve the students, the staff, and the parents. There is no conclusion per se, as this is a continuing problem. But the actions that could be taken would be that teachers need education on what the social media diet of our students is, and how the use of specific words and phrases has changed. Being well versed in their language, which includes emojis, is vital to understanding them. Parents need to be made aware of as well. Information sessions without judgment about their child's phone usage are important so that we can include parents in modeling healthy behavior. When I started this module, I didn't feel like I was any kind of leader. I was confident that I was good at my job and that I had a good connection with students. I had never called what I do as leadership, and maybe that was a good thing. Leadership can conjure thoughts of authority and rigidness, but really there are many types of leadership styles that are effective without being uncompromising, as I'd previously assumed. When I realized I was a leader during this module, I found leadership in so many members of staff at my school. Leadership within education is everywhere, be it good or bad. I found my leadership style closely aligns with care and community at the moment, but becoming a leader is an evolving journey. I look forward to where that journey leads me in the future.